Hey, peace and grace. It's Dude Daniels, and today I was just talking about parenting and the child-parent relationship. Hold on, I got something in my eye. So I wanted to talk about, parenting, but really not much of the parenting, but more so to to young kids, youth, high school kids. Kids can kind of gauge, when parents have a good reasoning factor or when parents are good. They're always going to love their parents because their parents are sacrificing for them and doing a lot of things for them. But sometimes kids can start to, see that when the parents make bad judgments or if they're, quote unquote, not perfect. And then they kind of dismiss some of the things parents have to say and command. And ultimately, we as parents, because I'm a parent myself, we're trying to raise our kids to avoid the problems that we ran into. And I think that parenting is part that, but also you want to enrich and empower your kids to grow, to be greater than not just you, because unless you are, you know, on the all wisdom team and the all financial team of the world, you're top 1%, 2% in different categories. You want them to be up there with those folks. So when it comes down to for kids, you want to stay humble enough to listen to your parents because there's great reward in that when you are able to keep yourself humble, give that respect to your parents, being the vessels that the universe brought you in for. You want to keep that respect because there's great reward in it. There's great reward in honoring your mother, your father. It's a lifetime reward. It's a lifetime value reward because over that time period, you're going to learn a lot of wisdom from them, even if they're not successful in every category of life. I tell a story all the time that when I used to walk home from the area from our high school, the area the high school was in was very urban, and right across the street was barber shops, liquor stores, food joints. And so when we would go home, you would see a lot of the neighborhood winos and drug addicts walking the street and just regular homeless people. And so I would find it, getting conversations with them because they would be asking for money or handouts and different things like that. And my curiosity was, how did they even get into this state? And from there, learned a lot from them. Had running conversations. Some of them didn't become buddies, but I mean, I would stop and say, "Hey, Mr. Pat, Mr. John Andrew, Mr. Whoever it was," and speak with them because I knew that just their years on the earth and their troubles that they've gotten themselves into, the situations that they're living in, they can offer wisdom. Well, your parents, are not on the streets. They're not begging for food. They got you in a house. The conditions might not be extraordinary. They may not be that dim, but they have things. So it's worth listening to so that you learn how to survive and then you start to practice on how to thrive. And then, of course, you do like all the big time NBA players do. Eventually, when they make it out, give back to your parents, by being one of those able students that listen, even if your parents weren't that good. Overcome evil with good is a strong principle in life that a lot of people are getting away from. A lot of people are starting to take their own vengeance, and you can't do what the universe can do to somebody in vengeance. And when I'm saying universe, spiritually, I always say God, but I'm making this to a universal audience. So you take it where you got to take it from. But that's what you want to focus in. And it doesn't matter if you are a 40-year-old looking at this, if you give parents that are still alive, you still obviously are bound to honor and respect them because it's just like I said, it's a lifetime plan. And you do get that grown bug where you start to feel like, I can do and say what I want to my folks, but that's a foolish grown bug, and you want to remain in all humility because, as my mom and dad used to always say to me, we are like your gods on earth, and it is certainly true in your infancy and your childhood days when you can't provide for yourself, but it still shows true when God sees that you can still honor your parents even though you a parent yourself and have grown. it's a wonderful dynamic. And usually by that time, people already understand that. But I want to help the youth to really get this fact that your parents might not know math like you. You might be a born genius. You might be a born basketball player. You might be someone who knows technology left and right. But your parents are always going to have years on you. And there's nothing that can teach years besides years. So use their wisdom to make your life better and smoother. So that's it from me today. I just wanted to cut that out because I was reading some stuff this morning, like I always do, and just wanted to share that with you. Get on our newsletter. We do a lot of different things on there, focusing on areas in life to improve areas in life, and so you can definitely benefit by going to our website, either on DewDaniels.com, or you can go to life'sagametowin.com and join the Life's a Game to Win newsletter. So other than that, we'll see you tomorrow or in the next video. Peace and grace.